Welcome to Top Farmers Know How. I'm Kim. In this instalment, we're going to talk about how to improve hygiene to help prevent calf scours outbreaks or to provide damage control at the first sign of scours. A calf gets scours when it accidentally ingests more of these scours-causing pathogens than its immune system can handle. This is either because there are too many pathogens in the calf's food or environment, or because the calf's immune system isn't working the way that it should be. Usually, both factors contribute to scours outbreaks when many calves get sick at the same time. Unfortunately, the pathogens that cause scours can be found in the fecal material of healthy animals, and they can stay in the environment for days or even months, so all calves will have some exposure. But you can reduce this risk of calves getting sick by keeping colostrum, calf milk, and the calf's environment as clean as possible. Start by managing the calving paddock with calf hygiene in mind. Avoid calving cows on crop, since crop paddocks tend to get quite wet and muddy. Move springers onto new grass breaks twice a day so that the udders stay much cleaner when they're lying down. Teat spray the springers when they come into the milking shed. Pick calves up from the paddock twice a day or even more during wet weather. Keep the calf trailer as clean and dry as possible. Clean it out whenever it gets wet or dirty. Dip or spray calves' navels thoroughly with an alcohol-based iodine solution before and after transport to the calf shed. This is different from the iodine used in teat sprays. After calves are in the calf shed, ensure that you're feeding the cleanest possible colostrum, which is from the first milking, and transition milk, which is from the second milking, and subsequent to that, by following these tips. Firstly, dump colostrum and milk from scouring cows. Don't feed it to calves. If cows in the colostrum mob have dirty udders, clean their teats with dry paper towels or alcohol teat wipes before cupping them up. Avoid pooling colostrum wherever possible. Keep colostrum and transition milk in covered containers after collection. Use colostrum and transition milk as soon as possible after milking. If you need to store it, keep it cool. You can extend its life by up to 7 days by adding 10 ml of a 50% potassium sorbate solution per litre of milk. But remember, you do need to stir it daily. Clean and disinfect all calf feeding equipment and test buckets as often as you can, ideally every day. At each feeding, begin with the newborn calves first, then feed all the healthy animals, moving from younger to older. Feed sick pens last, ideally with dedicated equipment. If you share equipment between sick and healthy calves, make sure you clean it with hot water and soap, then disinfect it with solution of 250 ml of bleach per 20 litres of water after each time the equipment is used for sick calves. To help keep the calves' environment cleaner, divide calf pens from one another with solid, easy to clean plastic or metal partitions at least 1 metre high, so calves can't have nose to nose or nose to bum contact with other pens. If you can't put in solid dividers and maintain air quality at the calf level, then at least isolate sick pens with solid partitions so sick calves don't have direct contact with healthy calves. Keep enough fresh bedding in each pen so that calves are dry at all times. Use a bedding material that drains moisture away from them, and in between bedding changes, spray pens with a disinfectant safe to be used around animals. Keep in mind that no spray disinfectant can sterilise faeces. As calves come in, fill the shed up pen by pen so they're in with other calves their same age. Leave them in the same pen until they go outside. This is sometimes called an all-in, all-out system. Avoid moving them through the shed. The exception to this rule is that you might need to remove an individual sick calf from a pen of healthy calves, and do that as soon as possible after you see that it's scouring. Sick calves shed extra pathogens in the environment, so moving them to a sick pen helps protect the healthy ones. Ideally, after they've recovered, these sick calves should go into another recovered calf pen instead of going back with the healthy calves. If more than 1/3 of the animals in a pen are scouring, leave all of the calves in that pen together and make that a sick pen. Clean and disinfect your boots, waterproofs, and change your gloves whenever you move from a sick pen to a healthy pen. To make this easier, you can set up a washing station and put a box of clean gloves and a rubbish bin outside every sick pen. But it's important to change the water and the disinfectant in the washing stations at least once a day. Whenever calf sheds are empty, clean out all the old bedding, water blast them with a disinfectant, and allow them to dry again before reusing. Lastly, consider vaccinating the herd with Rotavirus Corona. Calves fed colostrum from cows vaccinated with the Rotavirus Corona shed a lot less rotavirus and coronavirus in their faeces. Remember to also be careful about your own hygiene around scouring calves so that you and your family don't get sick. Always wear gloves in the calf shed and wash your hands and change clothes before eating and before interacting with anyone who's young or with a fragile immune system. Doing these things requires constant attention to detail, but if you're able to get the whole team on board before calving season begins, then in the long run you'll save time, money, stress, and most importantly, calves.